Hello, retention team. This is PA Jessica Vega, and today I would like to talk about autofills. As a result of an autofill, you will lose all the points and you will score a 0 in that QA evaluation. So you want to avoid autofills. For the month of March, as a program, we had 30 autofills. The majority of those, 7, were due to inappropriate statement. Then we had 5 for excessive hold, 4 for adding failure to add a comment, another 4 for failure to make a retention offer, 3 for failure to cancel, 2 for failure to disconnect the call, 2 for customer involvement into autoship, 2 for failure to read the recording disclosure, and 1 due to failure to answer the call. Okay, so how you can avoid the type of autofill for inappropriate statement? First, well, you should avoid stating that our products will treat, cure, prevent, reduce, or mitigate any disease. You should avoid presenting prescribed drugs or other supplements as being harmful. You should avoid diagnosing the customer. You should avoid prescribing or giving medical advice. Remember that always you should suggest the customer to talk to the healthcare provider. Okay, so you should avoid sharing information that is not backed by clinical data or approved testimonials or facts. You should avoid suggesting the customer to reduce or stop taking his or her medication. You should avoid giving dietary advice. This type of autofill, just to give you an example, is when you are talking about intake and you tell the customer, okay, so I want you to take 6 capsules for 4 weeks, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 at night. And then after that, you can go and do 4, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Instead, remember, you should always refer to the bottle label and go from there, let's say. So you should avoid presenting the healthcare provider in a negative way. So instead, you may use words as it may help you with, it may alleviate, it can help you with. You should or may use approved testimonials or studies as a resource. If a customer is asking you for a specific condition, you should suggest the customer to speak with his or her healthcare provider in regards to that medical condition. Then you may suggest the customer taking the product with a meal if they report having a stomach upset from taking the Omega XL or the products. And also, you should explain the product in accordance with approved product claim. Remember, you have now available the strategy tool, which is a really good tool. And if you use it and you go by what you see there, you shouldn't have any issues having this type of autofill. Now, another type of autofills is failure to add a comment. Remember, every account you access and you work with, you have to add a comment. Even if it's a drop call or dead air call, you should add a comment. Excessive hold. Remember, you should not keep the customer for over 2 minutes and 30 seconds on hold. Well, the best practice is not to go over 2 minutes. If you need more time, you can refresh and start again the whole time. Then failure to make a retention offer, you should always, for Omega XL, because if you don't, well, you get an autofill. If you should always do it. If you don't do it, well, as I was saying, it's an autofill. The only way or the only case in which you're not required to do it is when the customer is extremely upset or any PQC scenario. Failure to cancel the account. Remember, if you're speaking with a customer and request you to cancel and the call drop or the customer is not agreeing with your offer, you should always cancel. Even if the customer asks you to cancel and the call drop, but the Annie gives you an account, you try to call back and no answer, you should cancel and add a comment. Failure to disconnect the call, remember, you should disconnect the call within the next 15 seconds once the call ends. So you don't have to wait for the customer to disconnect the call. Once you close the call, you already asked the customer if there's anything. The customer says no. And you said, okay, thank you, Mrs. Smith, for calling Great Health Works. It was a pleasure. Have a good day. You can release the call. That way you will guarantee, let's say, that you don't get that type of autofills. So I hope that you find this information helpful. Remember, if you have doubts or need more answers or more information, you can always refer to the LMS or the university where you can find all the handouts. Also, you have chat support, and of course, you have to your assigned PA. Thank you.